So here we are, sitting in a comfortable position, or actually laying down on our backs, and begin to feel the rise and fall of the abdominal walls. Notice your palms facing up as you lay on your back. Feel the softness in your chest. And begin to truly feel present. I think one of the hardest things is that so many people think that yoga is a workout, but actually our practice is a work in, and it's a path to wisdom and self-awareness. So as you feel yourself softening from your day, and you start to melt into the floor, laying on your backs, begin to feel simply the breath infusing you with ease. Notice the belly rise, and on your exhale, feel it gently relaxing. Once again, belly rising and belly falling. Simple, free-flowing energy. Feel your day on every exhale just kind of dispersing, releasing through your fingers, your toes, your bones, your skin. And feel yourself start to tap into the wisdom of the practice. Start to listen to the sacred space within you. And hear your heartbeat. Soft and calm. That simple rhythm of peace. And feel your thoughts and your day just fade away into the air you breathe. As you tap into your prana, your life force energy, and your power. Let's start off our practice as you lay on your back with wind removing pose. So begin to wiggle your fingers, spread out your toes. Take your right knee up and give your leg a hug, grabbing on behind the thigh. Rotate your foot in one direction and then the opposite direction. Take and straighten the leg up high. Flex the foot and point the toe. And flex the foot, point the toe. And once again, flexing and pointing. And now as you bend your knee to your chest, take your hands and interlace them to the shins. And give the shins a nice big hug. Pulling the knee past the ribs towards the shoulder. You might even have truly a little wind moving out of your body, which is totally a-okay. And with your next inhale, just release the leg. And as you exhale, melt in the floor. use this as almost like a rebound where your body gets to renew and become replenished with the breath and reframe. And with your next exhale, let's take and guide your left knee up. Give it a little bit of a hug. Same as before, grab between the calf and the thigh, pulling the knee gently down as you rotate your foot one way and the opposite way. And then as the foot relaxes and the ankle is a little bit more open, take and reach the toes high to the sky. Might be a deep hamstring stretch, might be a really mellow one, but wherever you're at, find some kindness in your stretch. Point the toes, flex the foot, pointing, flexing, pointing, flex. And then last one, point and flex. Give the knee a hug now, interlacing your hands above the shin bones. And let's find the weird grip where you're grabbing and interlacing your fingers the odd way. As the knee moves towards the shoulders, still feel the belly rise and fall. Still feel yourself with that free-flowing energy moving through you, infusing your body with kindness as you connect. You might be lucky and give yourself your own chiropractic adjustment. And then we'll release the hands, let the leg hang out, arms go wide, and give yourself that space for reflection. Breathing in and breathing out. Belly rises, belly falls. Now let's take and bend both knees to your chest. But what I'm going to ask you to do is keep your knees a little bit wider than normal. Maybe grab onto the shins. Maybe grab onto the feet. But find your version of happy baby. Knees moving to the sides of the ribs, towards the floor, feet moving to the sky. You just kind of sway from side to side. Back and forth and back and forth. Until your hands release from the happy baby feet and the knees come together. And we'll open our arms up nice and wide. Draw your knees to the right and your chin towards the left. Every move is subtle and soft, but most importantly, generous. So be real generous with where you're at, twisting and breathing. And then we'll take and bring our head and knees through center until your knees go to the left and your chin goes to the right. Find the stretch. With every exhale, notice almost like a little inchworm, you can go deeper into the posture. And even feel your armpits get a little exhale. Bring your head, your knees back to center. And all we're going to do is take and cross our ankles and reach your chest up a little bit and grab the ankles with your hands. So you're just going to pull everything inwards And now we're gonna try and switch the cross of the ankles. Cross left over right or right over left. And once again, hands to the ankles. Belly is strong. You're just giving a nice little compression. And we're gonna use this to rock and roll back and forth, up into a seated space. As we come into a comfortable seated space, begin to notice, try and keep your right heel in front of your left. And we are going to take, since we've been working on our hips, we're going to just take and gently walk our hands forward. Feel the neck nice and long, shoulders relaxing, inhaling and exhaling. And since the right foot is in front, we are going to take and walk our hands to the left. So we're getting a really good side body stretch through our intercostal muscles that support the ribs. The challenge is can you keep your buns planted to the ground as you get into this stretch? And then here we go. Walk your hands back to center and slowly come up to a neutral space. And now we'll switch. Left ankle in front, chest is high, back is long, and walk your palms forward. Tent up the fingertips, and you'll only go as far as your body can go today. Try not to put any expectations on it. Just give yourself a smile in the stretch with no judgment. And now here goes. We're going to walk our hands the opposite way of the foot in front. So the left foot is in front. Walk your hands over towards the right side. Arms are straight. Every breath allows you to go deeper and deeper into this extension. Gently breathing in and out through the nostrils, walk your hands back to center and back up to a seated space. Grab the outsides of the knees and the knees come together, feet on the ground. And we're going to do a nice spinal twist before we take ourselves deeper into some low lunges. Give your right hand a hug to the left shin. Left hand reaches back behind you. As the fingers tent up, as the toes spread wide, rotate from the base of the spine to the top of the head. Jaw is calm. Body is open, twisting deeply. And then guide yourself forward with a gentle smile on your cells and take the right hand back behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale is a lengthening. Exhale to twist. Shoulders relax down as your heart goes high. And then let's bring our bodies back forward. And we're going to take and cross your feet at the ankles. Reach your hands forward and place your palms to the ground for some cats and cows. And I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see me. Shins down to the ground, toes spread wide, middle finger points forward as the eyeballs of your elbows point out to the sides. Let your inhale give your belly a nice little place to hang down, and allow the exhale to tuck and round. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, rounding and opening. Inhale, looking up, and exhale, rounding and opening. A couple more times as you inhale, find space in the sternum, and exhale, rounding and opening, tail moving towards the nose. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. As you come into a neutral spine, notice that your elbows aren't locked out. Really try and keep them active, but also not frozen. Shoulders reaching to the sides of the room. We're going to go into puppy dog pose. So where your hands are, place your elbows. Use your hands to just check that your arms haven't widened too much, and you're going to grab your opposite elbow, a little genie grip. And then move your hands forward so that your palms connect. Like a dolphin fin, we're going to make our bodies into puppy dog first and then go into dolphin. So in puppy dog, we take our hands from being together and we reach the fingers forward and just allow your forehead to come towards the ground. Now, if that feels comfortable, you reach the fingertips forward until your arms are straight and your elbows are off the ground. Your back is long and you're breathing. You're welcome to rest your forehead to the ground. This is a great shoulder stretch from all that computer stuff we do. Shin bones touching down, shoelace side of the foot is active, so spread out your toes. And now, as you lift your chest up, bring your elbows back down to the ground. Palms come together. We're going to roll our toes under, and we're going to lift our hips up to the sky. Now we're making our way into a little bit of a dolphin stretch. Once again, really working into the armpits. Your head this time hangs instead of having the forehead on the floor. And your booty lifts high to the sky. Gaze towards the belly button as you breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Just stretching and being right here, right now. All right. Lower your buns to the heels as your knees come to the ground. And keeping your hands together and your elbows planted where they are, you could even bring your hands back towards your shoulders and give yourself a little bit of a self-massage. Inhaling and exhaling is the name of the game, so don't lose sight of the breath to allow you to stay calm and connected. All right. Reaching the fingers forward. You can decide if you want the hands to stay on the ground, palms down, or if you want to bring your palms together in Anjali Mudra, which is kind of like a reference to balance and equanimity. We're going to come up onto our knees, and you're welcome to stay on your knees if you want to, but we're going to do a little bit of some core strengthening here. Roll the toes under. Remember that we're taking deep diaphragmatic breaths in dolphin, and we're going to bring our chin forward and then press butt back to the sky. Chin forward, press your butt to the sky. Chin forward, press your butt to the sky. Chin forward, behind is high. So you're kind of, as you're moving back and forth, just like a dolphin, riding the waves of the breath with ease. And then we'll lower our knees down. And this time, take your hands back behind you. Arms can stay by your sides in pose of a child, or you can take your hands over your tailbone as your neck is nice and long. And then if you'd like to, can you reach your arms up? Breathing deeply. Doing a little bit of a rabbit pose. Roll onto the top of the head as your arms reach high. So we're getting a really, really nice stretch through the back of the neck. Every breath, allowing ourselves to calm down, create space. And then lower your butt back down to your heels. Hands move from your low back along the sides of your body and stretch forward to the top of the mat. Let's take a good breath here. And then we're going to slither forward. So gently slither. Your belly comes towards the floor as your chest lifts high. Toes spread wide. With your next exhale, let's just lower down towards the ground. Take your hands further down so that your middle finger's kind of in line with your nipples. And then you're gonna lift your chest up. Pubic bone's gonna lift up off the ground, press into the tops of the feet. With a little bend in the elbows, bring the shoulders back, lift your heart up, and then exhale, lower yourself back down. So we're kind of giving our back a little bit of a compression and then a release. Let's try one more time. See if you can scoot your hands further back down the rib cage. Inhale, lift your chest, slithering forward, press into the tops of the feet, micro bend in the elbows as you gaze down the tip of the nose, lift your heart, and then roll your toes under if you'd like to. Press into your knees or right into Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Head hangs, shoulders reach to the sides of the room, and with every exhale, attempt to feel the belly button pressing towards the back of your body. Feel that you're not gripping in your hands or your feet, right? No clinging, but also you're not resisting. Feel the strength and the stillness. And we'll find one more good breath in down dog. And let's look to the top of the mat and step to the top of the mat. Exhale, kiss your shins. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, arms come down by your sides. Feel the steadiness in the breath as your arms reach up. Let's interlace our fingers and stretch your body all the way over to the right. My back just cracked. That felt good. Come on back to center. Take your body all the way over to the left. And come on back to center. And with your next exhale, your arms open up, dive down, fold forward. Hands to your shins. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And with your exhale, as your palms come to the ground, step back, plank. Lower, chaturanga. Inhaling up and exhaling, downward facing dog. Kind of walk your feet out a little bit, side to side. And let's take our feet as wide as the mat. Walk your hands to the back of the mat as your head hangs down. So we did a side body extension. Now let's find a little bit of a twist. Keep your left hand down to the ground, reach your right arm up high to the sky and twist and open. With your exhale, right hand comes down, left arm reaches up, twisting and opening. Breathing deeply. Guide the left hand down, head hangs. And then toe heel your feet about 2 fist widths apart, frontal hip bone distance. Grab your opposite elbows and just hang out like a rag doll. Make sure your glutes are engaged so your body hasn't gone passive. This is an active space, even though you're in a forward fold. We're just kicking on the parasympathetic nervous system, waking up the wandering nerve, the vagus nerve, the longest nerve in your body. And now release your hands down and walk your hands out till you make your way into a down dog. Inhale, reach your right leg high, and exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale, reaching up high to the sky. Great job, everybody. I can see you. Palms face towards each other, back is nice and long. And then we'll bring our hands to our heart, and we're just gonna step forward. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale as your palms come to the ground, step or float back. Chaturanga. Inhaling up. And exhale, downward facing dog. As you start to feel your body creating more and more space with the breath, reach the left foot up. Feel this three-legged dog opening up the hamstrings as you guide left foot forward. Arms reach high, crescent lunge. Inhaling and exhaling. Palms can be wide, palms can connect, but try to really feel the space between your shoulders and your ears. Hands make their way to your heart and step forward. Inhale, reaching high. Exhale, dive all the way down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, palms to the ground, step or float back. Chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Right foot reaches high, three-legged dog. Step your right foot forward. Low lunge to high lunge, crescent. Good. Exhale, hands to your heart. Step forward. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or float back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Left foot reaches high. And step the foot forward. Crescent lunge. Exhaling, hands come to your heart. And step forward. Equal footing, arms down by your sides. Fantastic job, everybody. Let's take and bring our hands to our hips. Your elbows are going to reach back, and you're going to take and fold forward. Try not to push your butt back super far, but see if you can fold forward by lengthening the body. Head comes down. Separate your feet, 2 fist widths apart. With a bend in the knees, bring your stomach to your thighs. Your butt will go back. And you're going to take your peace signs and grab onto your toes, yogi toe lock. Eyeballs of the elbows reach out. Shrug your shoulders to the sky. And as your head hangs down, lift your hips up. Try not to lose contact of stomach to thighs as your head hangs down. You're just breathing. Inhaling and exhaling simply, gently, and nice and steady. And then release the hands, little bend in the knees. Your feet are frontal hip bone distance apart. We're going to reach our arms up and sit into a wide Utkatasana, right? Well, not super wide, but wide enough. Breathing deeply. With your exhale, we're going to straighten the left leg, bring your right knee up, right? You're just balancing. And then we're going to sit into your Utkatasana. Good. And then we're going to switch left knee up. And sitting Utkatasana. One more round. Right leg up, standing tall on the left, sitting Utkatasana, left leg up, straight right leg, Utkatasana. With your next exhale, we're going to take ourselves into eagle. So toe heel your feet together. You're just sitting into your chair. Bring your right arm underneath your left. You can hug your shoulders. You can wrap your hands. And we're going to take our left leg up over the right. Sometimes people wrap their toes around, but I like to protect the meniscus in my knee. So I just like to flex my foot as if it's pressing into a block. Lift your heart, lift your elbows, and reach your fists forward as you balance with the breath. And then here we go. Unwind, toes and heels together, arms reach high, and we'll switch to the other side. Left arm under, hugging or clasping. Sit deep, and we're going to take our right leg up and over. Elbows go up, wrists can come forward, and you're just infusing your body with the breath. Fantastic focus, everyone. Unwind, toes and heels together. Inhale, reach high, and we'll exhale, dive all the way down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, palms to the ground, step or float back, chaturanga. Inhaling up, exhaling down, Adho Mukha. All right, here goes. Right leg goes high, step your right foot forward, crescent lunge. From our crescent lunge, we're gonna open ourselves up to warrior two. I'm just gonna switch sides so that I'm facing you. And in this warrior two, we're gonna do a dynamic warrior. We're gonna straighten the front leg, reach your arms up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lunge. Beautiful. Now reverse your warrior. Right arm goes high to the sky. You can clasp your hand behind your head. You can take your left hand and grab on to your right thigh on the top. Wherever you are, you're breathing. And with our exhale, we're going to take and find extended side angle. So now your right elbow is going to go on top of the thigh. Your right elbow is going to go to the inner thigh with the left hand high, or your right hand is going outside of the right foot, left arm up and over. So there's so many different ways and places that you can go on your yoga journey. Honor your body, breathing deeply. And with your inhale, we're gonna reverse our warrior, and exhale, palms come down. Step back to plank, lower chaturanga. Inhaling up, exhaling, Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Easy, calm breath out. Left leg reaches high. Left foot steps forward. Arms sweep up to crescent. And we open to warrior two. Once again, I'm just going to switch. Inhale, straighten your legs for that dynamic warrior. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lunging. And on this lunge, we're going to take and reverse our warriors. As your arms are wide, reach, reach, reach. Left arm high, maybe behind the head, as your right hand reaches around to grab the left thigh. Shoulders are open, body is calm. Just breathing. And with our exhale, we take that reverse warrior and bring ourselves into extended side angle, finding a reflection of what you did on the other side. Feel that you're not collapsing or hammocking into the left inner thigh. Lift up and out as you're rotating your heart to the sky. Once again, we reverse our warrior and move through a vinyasa. Palms to the ground, step back to plank, lower chaturanga, inhaling up, exhaling, downward facing dog. And from this spot, what we're gonna do is we're gonna step into a pyramid pose. So we'll walk our feet nice and close together, find a couple more deep breaths in down dog, and we'll reach right leg high. Step your right foot forward and plant the back foot at a 45-degree angle. And now all we're gonna do is frame out the right foot as you straighten the right leg. And you can lift your chest halfway or guide your chest so that your forehead comes towards the shins. You're trying to feel like your back is and hips are steady and balanced. You could, if maybe, set a glass of water on top of your tailbone. And we're going to take this into a little bit of a revolution from your pyramid. You're going to take your left hand outside of the foot, on top of the foot, or inside of the foot, and you're going to bring your right hand high to the sky. And wherever you are, these are all stupid human tricks to get you to breathe and to get you to feel more empowered in your mind-body connection. So nothing needs to be forced. You're just breathing deeply, twisting and opening. From this breath, once again, frame out the foot, and with a little bend in the knees, you're gonna step back, and let's walk our feet back far enough to do plank. Now we can hold plank, or you can do a vinyasa. We're just finding that internal strength as we wipe the slate clean and get ready for the second side. Chaturanga, up and down. Your feet move towards each other. Your left foot reaches high, and then it steps forward. But this time, like we did on the other side, we're gonna plant the back foot down at a 45-degree angle, tent up your fingertips, lengthen your spine, and scissor your hips a little bit. See if there's something that needs to be modified, maybe a shorter stance, to get your body to feel the benefits of the pose. So your feet are on separate tracks. And if you had a block, imagine you were squeezing a block in between your legs. Head can come down. Some people like to bring their hands behind their back, clasping their arms, Anjali Mudra behind. It just depends on where you're at tonight. With your inhale, lift your chest up, and we're going to take it into a twist. So balancing right here, bring your right hand on top of or outside of the left foot. Left hand can stay at your tailbone or at your left hip, and your left arm is going to reach up high to the sky. Twisting and opening and breathing deeply. Find a lot of compassion where you're at. Let's use the exhale to bring both hands back down. Head relaxes, little bend through the left leg. And we'll walk our feet back, high plank. You're welcome to hold yourself here. Move through a vinyasa with me. Chaturanga. Up and down. Neck is long. Hips are high. Little bend in the knees. Maybe even press your shoulders to the sides of the room. Notice your belly rise and your belly fall. And then we're going to look to the top of the mat and step or float to the top of the mat. Exhale, kiss your shins. And since we kind of did an Utkatasana before, let's do it again. Sitting deep into your chair, hands to your heart. We're going to roll into the ball mounts of our feet and straighten our legs as our heels stay high, and then lower down, arms down by your sides. Kind of did it, but you get the gist. We'll try it again as we move through our vinyasas in a second. But what I thought we could try to do was goddess pose. We're doing a lot of toning for our hamstrings. So let's continue that. Take a wide step to the right. And we're going to open our arms up nice and wide. And then all we're going to do is goalpost our arms. All right. As you goalpost your arms, begin to slightly point your toes out. And you're going to bend into your knees. See if you can lift your right heel up off the ground. Nice. Lower it down. Straighten your arms and legs into star pose. And then we squat back down a little bit. Lift the left heel up and lower it down. Straighten your arms and your legs. Bend your elbows, palms face forward, back is long. Really notice the connection of the pubic bone and the tailbone as your hips are assisting the stability of your pelvic bowl. And let's see if we can lift our right heel and the left heel up, balancing here, breathing deeply. Lower the heels, straighten the arms and legs. Bring your hands behind you, interlace your fingers. And let's parallel our feet. So let's just readjust the feet until they run parallel with each other. Your back is long, little bend in the knees, dive your head down and your arms up high. So that nice Pasarita Padottanasana, that separate leg stretching, C. Big deep stretch for our shoulders, our low back, our hammies, which we've been working so hard. Good job, everybody. And then with a micro bend in the knees, exhale yourself back up. Inhale, open your arms. And here's a trick. See if you can hop back to the top of the mat. I did, but then I started looking at you and I started falling out. Okay, here we go. Let's try that Utkatasana one more time. So we're going to take and bend your knees, sweep the arms up high, come to the ball mounts of the toes, straighten your legs, feel steady, stable. And as the heels lower down, dive all the way down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, palms to the earth, step or float back, and lower, chaturanga. Inhaling up, exhaling down. So you might be wondering where we're going now. This is the fun part. We're going to combine some postures together. With your inhale, your right leg reaches back, and with your exhale, your right foot steps forward, and your arms sweep up high. All right, trust the stability, trust your balance. And with your exhale, let's take and guide. Right arm underneath the left. Interlace your fingers if you can. And lift your elbows up. Okay, now trusting wherever you're at, you're going to tilt forward and you're going to reach the left foot up into a three-legged dog in the air, which we're now in a warrior three. Okay, your arms do not have to stay bound. They can unwind, come by your sides. We're going to, with a little lift, the left knee comes up and it wraps around. Woo. Eagle pose. Feel the safety and the strength that the breath offers you. Remember to not let go. Don't hold back, right? Just observing the practice. And then we unwind the bind. Toes and heels together, arms reach high. Whew. Dive all the way down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, palms to the ground, step or float back. Lower chaturanga. Inhaling up and exhaling downward facing dog. Adho Mukha. Feel your head hang. Feel your thoughts pour out. And allow the left leg to lift up. Left foot comes forward. Arms reach high. Crescent. With your exhale, we're going to wrap this time. Left arm underneath the right. Arms come into a bind. And your elbows go high. Breathing deeply. All right, here we go. It's your warrior three. Stretch out the toes. Neck is nice and long. And then we're gonna lift our chest up. Knee comes high. And we're gonna wrap it around into your eagle. And this is where I'll give you a quote. There's this philosopher, actually a Roman philosopher, Seneca, and they said that it is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. You're doing an amazing job. Unwind the bind. You've turned something challenging into something very easy and accomplishable. Dive all the way down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, palms to the ground, step or float back into plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. 3 deep breaths as you sway your hips from side to side. Feel the freedom and the lightness and the stretch. And as your hips center themselves out, as your body feels resilient, as your mind is open and clear, let's just walk hands and feet to meet at the center of the mat into a nice forward fold. And with a micro bend in the knees, roll your body up to standing. Samasthiti, that equal footing. Let's make our way into tree pose. Tune back into your breath and the essence of your practice. Feel your heartbeat light, calm. And we'll place our hands to our hips. Allow the right toes to be light as the knee comes up and to the right. Bring your foot to your ankle, your calf, slide it up to your inner thigh. And then feel everything drawing into the midline. Maybe your hands will make their way in front of your heart. Maybe your arms will open up wide. Feel some softness and some stillness as you breathe. Your knee will come forward, arms relax, and the foot comes down. Let's switch to the other side. Your hands will come to your hips. Left toes are light. Lift the knee up and then take the knee out as the foot finds its placement in this moment. You're welcome to keep your hands at your hips or kind of reflect what you did on the first side. Relax your jaw. Feel the coolness of the breath as it enters your body. Feel the steadiness of the practice. Allow the knee to come forward and the foot to settle as your arms come down by your sides. To transition to the floor, let's do an aura cleansing breath. So we inhale, 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 your palms connect, and then exhale through the mouth. So it's inhale, inhale, inhale through the nostrils, exhale through the mouth. Let's try it again. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Let it go. Sip in, sip even more, even more. And last one. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. As we stand in the center of the mat, we're going to take and bring our hands to our hips, and we're going to bend into our knees, and our arms are going to go high. Utkatasana. If Utkatasana feels good, bring your hands to your heart, and we're going to slowly straighten the legs and separate our feet, frontal hip bone distance apart. Point your toes to the sides, and we're going to, if your knees feel comfortable, squat into Malasana garland pose. But remember, if you want to, you can still just do Utkatasana. You're going to get the same benefit. So we're going to squat down. And we're going to take this into a little bit of a shoulder stretch by bringing your right hand down and your left hand to the knee and then back behind you. Reaching your shoulder high as you press right elbow into right knee. And with your exhale, both hands come back in front of your chest, elbows to knees, knees to elbows. And then we're gonna switch. So the left shoulder inside the leg, left hand comes down, right hand reaches to the right knee or the low back. And remember that the diaphragmatic breath is the thing that's really, really giving you the inner strength. So keep breathing, even in the twist, even in this low squat. And then we're gonna bring our hands back to center. All right, so we're gonna practice crow. I just wanna go caw because it's fun, but that is what this kind of Malasana tends to lead our body into. Your elbows squeeze into your knees squeeze into your elbows, and you have yourself in the center of the mat, so if you happen to come forward, you can kind of land on the top of your head. We are going to attempt to take and bring our hands down as your elbows squeeze into your knees and your knees go into your elbows, and as your 5 fingers spread out, just come forward, looking forward, and then come back down, hands to your heart. The second one, we're just gonna lift up one leg, your hands come down, lift right foot up, and lower back down. Practicing with the breath, palms come down, lift your left foot up, and come on back down. And now remember, it's from the diaphragmatic breath, so keep breathing as your fingers spread wide and your hands come down. Lift your feet up and see if you can get your big toes to touch. You're squeezing elbows to knees, knees to elbows. You're balancing, you're practicing, you're breathing. And then we come back into Malasana, your garland pose. Let's take and move through a vinyasa to get down towards the floor tonight. So we are going to bring our hands forward, walk your feet back, high plank, lower chaturanga, inhaling up and exhaling down. I'm going to turn my body sideways here and walk your hands to the left side of the mat. Take and step your right foot outside of your right hand. Place the left knee and shin down to the ground and slightly point your toes to the right. We are going to bring our right hand to our right knee and just get a good stretch through our hips and a subtle little twist. And if this feels comfortable for you, we're going to lift the back foot up and grab onto the foot. Remember, we're not practicing a workout. This is a work in. So acknowledge what parts of your body need a little extra TLC or breath and find your practice. We'll release the hand back down inside of the right toes and roll the left toes under and just step back, down dog, head hangs, body's calm. Our hands make their way to the right side of the mat. Our left foot comes to the outside of the left hand. Right knee and shin settle down to the ground. And bring the left hand to the left thigh as you rotate and look over the left shoulder. You're welcome to bring the foot up, which just gives a deeper stretch through the right quad. And bring the left hand to the right foot. Opening and breathing. You can keep the foot kicking into the hand, or you can pull heel to your butt. Ooh, I tried to run, that is intense. Stretch. And we'll release. Left hand inside of the left foot and gently guide yourself back into down dog. Bringing your knees to the ground, cross your feet at the ankles, reach your hands forward, and extend the feet out in front of you. You can kind of move forward a little bit. It takes the fleshy part of your skin and it spreads it out, or you can bring your hands underneath you as we prepare. Dandasana, chin to the chest, shoulders are open, toes high to the sky. So staff pose prepares us for Paschimottanasana. Use your exhale and fold forward. You're welcome to go passive, which is more of a rounded back, relaxed arms, or you can be active where it's a little bit more of a flatter back and elbows slightly bend out to the sides or towards the ground as you bring your forehead towards the toes. Your tongue is relaxed, your gaze is nice and soft, and everything's just steady, ease, and simple. Come on back up, releasing your hands from your feet, and we'll find a Janushrisasana. Your right knee bends, your right foot presses into the left inner thigh, and your spine is nice and long. With your exhale, folding out over the leg, softening your gaze. Notice that it's not about keeping your back perfectly flat. It's about giving yourself space to keep moving forward, to keep breathing, to keep extending. And then inhale, come up. And we're going to take this into a little bit of a back bend. Reach your right hand back behind you. Left arm reaches up. Press into the right shin as you create a really nice stretch through the entire left side, from the left foot to the left pinky fingers. Lower your buns back down. Bring the right knee up, and we're going to take and bring the right foot up and over. So you're stacking your knees on top of each other. And then just fold again forward. Kind of a variation of pigeon, or a really good stretch for your hips after everything that we just did. And then come on back up, and we'll shake out the legs, and we'll do Janushrisasana on the opposite side. So your right foot extends out, left knee bends, foot presses into the right inner thigh, your spine is nice and long, and your exhale guides your torso forward. Try and feel space in your chest, toes extending to the ceiling, heels reaching out further than the ball mounts of your feet. Inhale and exhale. And then come on back up. As your left hand comes behind you, your right arm reaches high, and you're pressing into the left shin to get this nice arc. Give your body an internal gaze. Notice if there's anything you need to readdress in the stretch. And then lower back down. And we'll guide both feet together for Baddha Konasana. So your feet come together, and it almost feels like your shin bones are going to merge, and your hands come back behind you to kind of move your hips further forward. Sway a little bit from side to side. I know with kids we call it butterfly pose, but it's actually like called cobbler's pose, because they would put the leather of the shoe there. I think I've told you that story before. And they would tap, tap, tap on the top of the shoe, so the feet keep it stable. Open your feet like a book as your heart goes high, and then kindly fold forward. Neck is long. We'll use our inhale to come back up. Hands to the outsides of the knees, knees come together, and we're gonna roll onto our backs, preparing for a bridge pose. Hands reach, toes relax, but your feet are really connected to the ground. And now bring your elbows down as your shoulders kind of broaden out into the mat. Heels close to your hips. Hands come down. We're going to interlace our hands underneath us as we lift our booty high to the sky. So your toes spread wide, and feel as if there's a block or something in between your knees, and you're trying to press your knees in towards each other. As active as Utkatasana or the eagle pose that we did tonight. And then release your hands, lower your buns, and give your knees a nice big hug. Release your shins, and let's straighten the legs up high to the sky. Press your palms into the ground. Now you can stay right here in legs up the wall pose, or you can press into your hands and bring your toes behind you. Interlace your hands just like bridge to get your shoulders deeper underneath, and your hands come to your low back as one leg or the other comes high to the sky. Wherever you are, excuse me, you're just breathing. There's a subtle compression in the chin to the chest and the chest to the chin. We're kind of flushing out our lymph system as your toes lift up a little higher. And then bend one knee toward an ear, toes to the ground. Other knee to the ear, toes to the ground. Reach your hands out in front of you. Ear pressure pose, Karna Pindasana. And we're gonna roll ourselves out. onto the mat. Feet down, arms open wide. And we did eagle pose, we did some hip openers. We're gonna try a different kind of a spinal twist. You can do your spinal twist with one knee like we did at the beginning of class, or both knees, or you can take and bring your left ankle to the top of the right knee. And then all you're gonna do is use the ankle to press the right knee down and look to the right. So you're kind of using the left ankle to get a really good stretch into the hip region, like deep down into the muscles that are hidden beneath the hip bone and attached to it. Bring your head back to center and your knee and your foot release. And we switch, right ankle, top of the left leg, and use the right ankle as a lever almost to bring the left knee over. Gazing past the left fingertips. Breathing with a lot of kindness, compassion. And then ease your way back to center as you unwind your legs. You're welcome to go into a supine bound angle pose, your Baddha Konasana, by bringing your feet together and your knees out. For some people, they think it's really delicious. For other people, it is not a good feeling. So really acknowledge the body of today, or you can take and straighten out your legs. Palms face up. Body is calm. Toes relaxing to the side as your arms open wide. And imagine that almost like a deep tissue massage, I'm kind of coming over towards you and I'm gently extending your arms, grabbing on towards your ankles and lifting them subtly up off the ground and swaying them from side to side, shifting your hips to find center, and then lowering your ankles down to the ground. Your body feels as calm and as relaxed as like a piece of perfect pasta. It's not too mushy, it's not too hard, but you found that perfect balance of tenderness. And on this gentle adjustment, now notice that I'm cradling the back of your head and giving it a little bit of a tug, lengthening the neck. Feel the blue sky mind forming in the brain. Feel that the space between your ears is calm, connected, and free. Your toes are so light. Your ankles have no congestion. Every breath, you're just letting go. Calves are soft. And that little patella of the knee is almost lifting up like a cloud in the breeze. Feel that nurturing and tenderness of the breath. Allowing your legs to be as long as a tree trunk, but also flexible, resilient. Your hips with every exhale relax further into the mat and release. Every breath that you take just rising and falling of the belly is soothing. Your internal organs are just being washed and purified with every grateful breath. Feel any congestion just fading out into the air that you breathe. And your heartbeat is powerful and radiant, glowing golden like the sun. And feel the next breath washing down your shoulders and your elbows and your wrists. As the 30 trillion cells in your body just bask in the sunshine of your heart. And as you relax right here and right now, hold yourself with loving kindness for the unique and powerful being that you are. Feel the compassion coursing through your veins. Notice how you've truly transformed, literally evolved on the mat today. Caress your thumbs against your fingertips and spread out your toes. And begin to reach your arms back behind you in a beautiful line of freedom. Like a cat stretch. Scrumptious. And as your knees come to your chest, kind of sway a little bit side to side and notice which kind of side you're leaning towards. And that's the swara, that's the flow of energy. Just roll into that side. And then begin to, on your next exhale, just make your way up into a comfortable seated position, bringing your hands in front of your heart center. Your eyes still closed, your body completely relaxed. I truly honor and respect the power within each of you, in thought, in speech, and in action. May the merits of our practice benefit all beings. I'm truly wishing you joy and well-being as you love more and stress less. Lots of peace and lots and lots and lots of love. Namaste.